Yo, 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 yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 happy hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a hump day, and we got baseball all day long, all day strong. All four games are going, and I am so excited to talk about the Mets and the Phillies from yesterday. Talk about a little Pete Alonso, Sean Manaea, how he's changed. You got Taylor throwing people out from center field, off the wall. We'll talk about the Dodgers, the Padres. What did I tell y'all? Mets are just built different. And the Padres, they got more G's on the club. Two teams that hate each other. I'm going with those dudes who just got all that flair. And we're talking about Fernando Tatis, who's now only one home run away from tying Manny Machado for the most postseason home runs for them forever. He just passed Ken Caminiti. Like, dude, he is in fuego. And it all starts, man, an hour after the show ends, baby. 2:09, we got first pitch from the Guardians and the Tigers. The Tigers, think about their fans today at Comerica Park. They've been waiting a decade for this, and they got to feel pretty good. They feel almost like that team that's, you know, I hate to say destiny because it's not like I don't think they're going to go farther than this round, but I feel like they're going to give their fans something to cheer at and really be excited for, and they're going to get to that 7-game series, AL Championship Series. I don't know, man. Call me crazy. I think they're going to do it. I kind of like them today against the Guardians. Very low lines today. Cleveland's minus 105. You have Detroit minus 115. Cobb and Montero are on the bump. Cobb for Cleveland, of course, and Montero for Detroit. Tigers, Guardians. That's on TBS. I'm looking forward to that like a madman. And then the Phillies and the Mets. This is one of those games I'm a little bit worried. Like, I feel like this is, like, the Mets are almost a team of destiny because you got Iglesias playing out of his mind. Lindor's timely walks, big hits. And then what Pete Alonso has done and the way he's changed his approach is probably one of the most amazing things I've seen. And to have the confidence to go and change your approach into the postseason takes big kind of like cojones. Like if you change your approach, which Pete Alonso was starting to roll things over because he's a pull hitter, he's a power hitter. But look how big he is. He's huge. Huge. He's got power. He's strong. That's why they call him the damn polar bear. And he changed his approach, is now looking at everything outside over the plate, and he's going opposite field, and he has 3 opposite field home runs already. The biggest home run so far of the postseason, he has that one. I mean, that got them through. They wouldn't be here today without Pete Alonso. And by the way, Pete Alonso, free agent at the end of the year. Mets, he's a homegrown guy. Came through your farm system. Bro, pay that man. Seriously, you don't let him go. What he's doing right now proves you need a little Pete Alonso in your life. But to change your approach, he laid off yesterday all the inside pitches from Nola. It was amazing. That's how Nola got him out. And you know what he said to himself? Hey, I'm not going to give in. Nola adjusted after that first inning, that first big hit. Pete Alonso is taking everything to right field. And that is, for me, just crazy to think about it, the confidence that you have to change your entire approach as the postseason starts. But damn, it's worked really well for Pete. Marte's coming up big. That whole Mets lineup is making big plays. Did you see Jesse Winkler going bomb up in like the third deck? Pimping that thing, by the way, standing there and looking at it. I know I did. I thought it was absolutely awesome. I mean, I'm just saying right now, Mets are, Lindor at the top. You got Nimmo who's coming up with big hits. I thought having him in the 3 spot was crazy. Good at bats. And then Alonso, I've told you what he's done. Iglesias has been crazy. Winkler's hitting things everywhere. Marte, Taylor, Alvarez. The whole lineup is coming up clutch. And then Sean Manaea, you talk about the polar bear changing his approach. Do you remember Sean Manaea when he came up, and I think he was first with Oakland? And he had he threw a no-hitter, I think, in 2019. And we were like, man, this kid's going to be great. Kind of figured him out. Ended up getting relegated to the bullpen. Had a wasted year at the Giants. basically is an afterthought, goes over to the Mets, and they change his approach. I've never seen anybody who comes across the ball as much as he does now. He literally keeps his right leg locked, and he doesn't plant straight going to the plate, and he winds all the way around it, and he's dropped his arm angle from a guy who got on top of the baseball all the way to where he has one of the lowest slots in baseball. He is coming across. You saw what he did with Bryce Harper. How big that took cojones to go 85 miles an hour change up first pitch on Bryce Harper inside of the plate, and then just made him look foolish with everything away. Big spot in that game too. Sean Manaea, he was onions yesterday. I love this Mets team. I know that my poor, wonderful producer Brian Dacus is not a big fan. But again, I'm not a Mets fan. I just like this team. Now, speaking of a team that I think I'm falling in love with, dude, I like the Padres. Now, the Mets are making me money. The Padres are making me money. And, like literally 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't have said this. I love the flair, the personality. You hit a bomb, I like seeing them pimp it. And nobody pimps one like Fernando Tatis Jr. My goodness. He is amazing. I love him. By the way, I also forgot to say before I could jump on over to the Padres, Phillies Mets today go at 408. You got Ranger and Jose Quintana. Ranger Suarez, Jose Quintana. Mets minus 120. Phillies even. This is a win-or-go-home game for the Phillies. Think about that. Best team in the National League all year right now. They're on the brink. That's why I'm kind of a little bit scared. I might have to, because I got the Mets for this series. So I don't want to, you know what I'm saying. Just a little bit nervous. Phillies team is good. But, man, talking about the Dodgers and the Padres game last night, some people were going banana sandwiches over the unbelievable heady play by Manny Machado. Freddie Freeman gets the ball in the infield. Machado's running to second base, and he goes straight from the dirt to inside of the grass. Cuts off the throw, runs right at the glove. Ball goes in the outfield. Everybody's safe. That led to that big 6-run inning. That was huge. And it was the right, smart baseball play. And if you even listen to Freddie Freeman after the game, he said he would have done the same thing. And people were like, that's runner interference. No, you have to, hit the ball. And you didn't say you run out of the base path. Yeah. Go look up the rules. I sat and watched MLB Network all night, listened to everybody and their grandmother about this. And it's just a heady baseball play by Manny Machado. And that's why now the Dodgers are on the brink. This is a team, by the way, the Dodgers, who spend money like it's water. You got 10 years, $700 million for Shohei Ohtani. Man, I ain't complaining about no Shohei. Dude's ridiculous. $325 million, though, to Yamamoto, who's been terrible. Teoscar had a big grand slam. They got him for $23.5 million. Clayton Kershaw got him for $10 million. These are basically their free agent additions last season. So they went out and spent buku cash, brought in one pitcher. Well, I call him 1.5. I mean, Yamamoto's a half. Well, you know what? They're one pitcher because they're both halves. Clayton Kershaw is too old and he never gives you anything in the postseason. And Yamamoto's just not any good. He might get better, but he's been a disaster. And then you look at the Dodgers' actual pitching staff. Walker Buehler was supposed to be that guy, but he's coming off Tommy John, and he hadn't looked good. And I felt bad for Walker Buehler yesterday. You had to air with the shortstop. You had to air with Freddie Freeman. You had all kinds. Like, that sixth inning was crazy. It's crazy awesome for me since I had the Padres. But, man, like, looking at the Dodgers, this could be the third straight year that the Dodgers are knocked out in the NLDS with all the money that they've spent. And it's a boatload of cash. But, man, I mean, they're not getting the results, and it's because their pitching staff. Tyler Glasnow, out for the season with an elbow. You knew that, right? Clayton Kershaw, again, he's out for the season because of a toe injury. That was one of your notable free agent pitchers. Bobby Miller just hasn't been good. Bobby Miller this is 13 starts this year. Do you know how bad Bobby Miller was? His ERA is 8.52 in 13 starts this season. James Paxton, he gave you, I guess, the best bang for your buck in 18 starts with a 4.43 ERA. And I told you about just Yamamoto. 11 earned runs in 11 innings pitched over the last 3 starts, including a postseason start. And do you know what the Dodgers have an issue with today? They don't even know who's going to pitch. It's going to be a bullpen game. Now, Dylan Cease and the Padres are going with a totally different approach and something that it used to be done on the reg, and it has never been done. I mean, you just don't see it anymore. They're going to throw Dylan Cease on short rest. You don't see that much today. 3 days rest. He says, I want the damn ball. At home, Petco Park. Also think it's interesting, a lot of the players were saying how they're definitely going to win this. But did you hear some of them? I mean, like, saying that they shouldn't even have to go back and play in Dodger Stadium if they did lose because Dodgers fans are absolutely crazy and they don't feel safe in that stadium. Man, Dodgers fans are really that bad? Like, everybody's going off on Dodgers fans. But Dylan Cease on 3 days rest against a bullpen day for the Dodgers. Bruh, that's the late game, 8 o'clock tonight. That's the cherry on top of all the games that we're going to be betting on and throwing our parlays in. Because the Padres, they are built different. They are extremely flashy. They got each other's back. They're fiery. And you got to say, Jack Flaherty, thanks for firing up the Padres. Because now they're here with all that swag. And I mean, I don't want to. That's where, like, you know, if we get Padres Mets, as much as I say the Mets are built for it, built different and all this, Padres just, they have a little bit of everything. I mean, you have Mr. I'm always on base and Luis Arias. Fernando Tatis Jr. has lost his mind. He's batting .556 in the postseason. He's slugging 1.333. Jurickson Profar, robbing people, hitting baseballs. Manny Machado, heady play, running in. Plus, he's hitting baseballs. Man, Jackson Merrill's got one of the prettiest swings in baseball, doesn't he? Man, from that left side, man, he is just, when he swings that, it is gorgeous. And he's batting .353. And they got Xander Bogaerts playing shortstop, batting all the way down. It's 6th in the lineup. It's a stacked lineup. And the Dodgers, while Mookie Betts did get a home run and 2 hits yesterday, they're his first 2 hits in the last 23 at-bats in the postseason. I mean, Teoscar Hernandez, that grand slam was scary, but Max Muncy, what's he giving you? Not a good glove right now at this stage in his career, and he's batting .167. Gavin Lux is not good. Will Smith, their catcher, supposed to be one of the best catchers in baseball. Doesn't even look like himself out there. He looks lost. I don't know. This is a team that's faltering, and I think they get beat right here tonight, for their third straight year of losing in the NLDS. So we got 4 games. I ain't even talked about the Yankees and the Royals. A lot of people in New York are screaming, Cashman's got to go. And I do understand, like, why did you give Carlos Rodon $27.5 million through 2029? Like, that is not a good contract. Not that he pitched bad, but I'm just saying that's an albatross on your ball club. But the Royals, Bobby Witt, over his last 10. He needs to get going. You know how bad Aaron Judge wants to get going. But the interesting thing about this is you look at the postseason. It's always pitching. Pitching dominates the postseason. During the regular season, 162, it's a war of attrition. You got some guys out there who are borderline MLB guys or guys who don't have 100%. And also pitchers, it's just when you got that adrenaline flowing and it's postseason, you're leaving it all on the field. It's not war of attrition anymore. It's I'm going to go out there and you're going to get my best stuff every single damn pitch. And that's kind of why I like the Royals today with Lugo on the bump. Because I think he's the better pitcher. In fact, I like a crazy part. I like Lugo with some strikeouts today because the Yankees strike out a lot, too much. By the way, the Royals have been striking out too much too. There's just too much damn striking out in pro baseball. You hear that all the time from, the bunch of players, bunch of former players. But you're also hearing that from me. Like the payroll is just, I still look at their payroll and I think to myself, Aaron Judge is getting $40 million this year. Garrett Cole, $36 million. Giancarlo Stanton, $32 million. Juan Soto, $32 million. Carlos Rodon, $27.8 million. Marcus Stroman's getting 19. Rizzo ain't doing nothing. Stroman ain't doing nothing. Rizzo's getting 17. DJ LeMahieu's 15. Like, they just be spending cash like it's going out of style. Now, it's not my money, so, spend it how you want. But they're not getting the results they want. Huge Game 3. Kauffman Stadium is going to be bumping. Lugo's on the bump. And I don't trust that Yankees lineup, and that sounds crazy. It really does. I will say, though, Yankees players, at least after the game on Monday, basically said they ain't worried about nothing. They're the better team. It happens. You lose a few games. I feel like I'm going against all the good teams, but the Phillies, great in the regular season. Mets just different. Dodgers, great in the regular season. No pitching, man. Padres, different. I'm not saying the Royals are different, but I am saying I think the Yankees are choke jobs. I really do. I mean, how many times do you see runners on the bases with the Yankees and Judge has come up with a big spot or Stanton's come up with a big spot and it's strikeout and it's strikeout? By the way, that is $73 million between Stanton and Judge. Judge is batting 143, Stanton's batting 125. When your leadoff guy's batting 160, that's not good either. Gleyber Torres isn't hitting. Anthony Volpe's batting 167. He's not hitting. Their best hitter has been Alex Verdugo. He's in the 8th spot. I'm just saying, man, I like this young Kansas City team. They got nothing to lose. They're at Kauffman Stadium. They left Big Bad New York. I think Kansas City with the better pitcher and at home, and a Yankees team that just feels like they go up to the plate. They're lost. They're squeezing. I think Boone is terrible. With Boone and Cashman right now, I don't know. It sounds crazy, Cashman back in the day. I don't know if you can win the big one with them. Damn, we've been talking a lot of baseball because we got 4 games today. We also got to talk about later on here the Memphis Tigers, and they say that they're going to play on Saturday. Did you see this, by the way, Dacus?
Yep.
Do you believe that there is any way that this game actually happens? Because I feel like they're totally nuts. They should have moved the game back to Memphis, period, because then they'd be out of harm's way. You got the governor saying, or the mayor or whatever saying, right, if you're going to stay, write your name in permanent ink with a permanent marker so that we can identify your dead body. I'm like, damn. They say this storm's going to be all, like, just out of control, terrible, disaster, Category 5. Not a weatherman, but I know, like, 140-mile-an-hour winds are really bad. Really bad. 20-foot swells. But we'll talk a little bit more about Memphis and their crazy self and the American and no leadership, et cetera, et cetera. I'll complain about that a little bit later. But we are going to switch gears because we have some wrestling. Don't forget today we got Hardwood. We got to talk a little NFL, college football. It's a busy, busy day. And 4 playoff baseball games, 2 of them elimination games. As you got the Phillies and the Mets. Mets win, they in. And you got the Dodgers and the Padres. Padres win, they in. Dodgers go home. Don't touch the dial. Dustin Stars on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to real sports talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Memphis, it's official. Crab King Seafood is where it's at. For the most flavored seafood and the biggest plates, run to a Crab King's near you. Visit the Bartlett Cordova location at 7140 Stage Road. The price, the portions, the service is why Crab King's is #1. So don't be disappointed in seafood. Make the right choice the first time and every time. Make it Crab Kings. Crab Kings have only locally grown catfish. Come and devour tasty snow crabs, king crab, shrimp, salmon, catfish, calamari, and so much more. Enjoy Memphis's best tasting pasta with your choice of toppings. Visit the Bartlett Cordova location at 7140 Stage Road. Crab Kings is open Wednesday through Sunday. Enjoy 50% off lunch portions and dollar fountain drinks. The #1 name in Cajun seafood is Crab King Seafood, a Memphis favorite. Crab King, 7140 Stage Road. Kings with the Z. You're a contractor and you need concrete coating and supplies in Memphis fast, and you get this answer? I think we can order that stuff, but you're going to have to wait a few days for delivery. Why wait? Get your concrete coatings and supplies now at TSS Supply, where everything you need is in stock. If you're working in the tri-state Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi area, everything you need for concrete coating is at TSS Supply, 5665 East Rains Road, Memphis. TSS Supply specializes only in concrete coatings and supplies all in one place. If you're looking for a particular item, need large quantities, or just have general questions, call 901-729-0565, 729-0565, or you can email your question to Brad at tsssupply.com. The friendly, knowledgeable folks at TSS Supply have over 150 years combined experience in concrete coatings, materials, and supplies. Contractors, are you in town for a job or getting ready to do a job for a customer during their holiday shutdown? Then you should visit TSS Supply for your concrete coatings and supplies. Why wait for materials when TSS Supply has everything you need in stock and they can get it to you today or within 24 hours? TSS Supply, 5665 East Rains Road.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus in Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Progressive cannot guarantee that you can score courtside seats. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but courtside seats can be astronomical. Maybe if your team plays in a smaller market, you could swing it. Even still, it's unlikely. Maybe fourth row, which are still incredible seats that you'll enjoy greatly. Savings possible. Courtside, long shot. Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates not available in all states. Progressive cannot guarantee that someone really tall will not sit in front of you at the game, rendering your excellent seats just okay.
Don't do it.
Don't do what?
Don't do another Halloween spot for Central Barbecue.
But it's October. Doing a Halloween spot for Central Barbecue is a tradition.
But it doesn't make it a good thing.
Nothing else happens in October.
Baseball?
Not if you're a Cardinals fan. What else you got?
National Candy Corn Day.
No Central Barbecue connection.
Fair point. How about Make a Difference Day?
That's to encourage people to do something constructive for the world.
And going to Central Barbecue isn't?
I'm telling you, it's got to be Halloween.
There's no other choice, I guess.
Hey, Zeke.
Yeah.
This year, give the kiddies ribs on Halloween. They love that.
Seriously, next year, something new. Listen each and every Sunday morning at 11 to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in town Memphis.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour brought to you by Buster's Butcher at 199 South Highland, where every cut is the right cut. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
I get no down, but I get on the bed. You're never gonna keep me down. I get no down, but I get on the bed. You're never gonna keep me down. I get no down, but I get on the bed. You're never gonna keep me down. I get no down, but I get on the bed. You're never gonna keep me down.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy Hump Day, everybody. You know what we do on Hump Day. We always talk with the star of Memphis, and that's Dustin Starr. My man does Memphis wrestling. He don't play. He also does the Redbirds, the Grizzlies, and basically everything around here. Dustin Starr, how's life treating you, my friend?
Oh, yeah, man, I'm ready to whoop that trick. That's what I'm ready to do, Johnny. You know how close we are to Grizzlies basketball? Do you realize this?
I've been watching it, man. I've been watching Ja fly in the preseason.
We are underway, and tomorrow night at FedEx Forum, it is a home game where the Grizzlies are in action, and I cannot wait. Tonight, we've got some rehearsals, so I get a little sneak peek of perhaps some of the new stuff coming to FedEx Forum and coming to the Grizzlies games. And then tomorrow is the first preseason game at Forum, so can't wait, man.
What are you thinking about how everything's looking? Ja looks like he's ready to roll this year, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks awesome. Also, all the new gear looks great, too. I don't know about you, but I love the 30-year, the teal and the logo and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna get down there a little bit early today and before the big crowd comes tomorrow. I don't know if there's ever been a preseason game that's more highly anticipated for a home team, especially the Grizzlies. You know, maybe it's just me, but it's like there's so much excitement after everybody was injured last year and all that kind of craziness. But I'm going to try to slip out there a little early today so I can load up on some new swag.
Also, by the way, man, the whole Zach Edey thing's kind of got people fired up. They want to, we got the lovers and the haters are all going to come out because you're on one side or the other.
Hey, those haters are just as important as those lovers because, you got to quieten somebody down every now and then. I love it. I like how they always try to downplay Memphis. They were downplaying Ja. It's just happened over and over and over again. And so,
you know what? By the way,
speaking
of Ja,
Desmond Bane, dude. I think Desmond Bane, he's going to be the guy this year, man.
He's yoked.
Yeah, heck yeah. Dude looks like a wrestler, man.
Mm-hmm. By the way, man, are the Ja shoe coming out? Like, is this today the shoe drop for Ja?
I can't remember when the shoe drops, but the Ja 2s are so sweet. I'm going to have to get me some of them.
I
Definitely.
I think I'm crazy. I think it's today. Maybe I
should know this. I was, what was I doing yesterday? We went and did the Grind City Wrestling podcast at the Forum. And so, of course, I had to wear my Ja 1s and got a couple of compliments on them. We did a photo shoot yesterday with the baby. So we just had a lot going on, but I can't remember when they dropped, but I know when I saw them, I was loving them.
I just know, the reason I thought it might, it's got to be close because I was, sorry about that. I was looking at the X or whatever, and Ja Morant was in Times Square on his shoes flying through the sky. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's got to be close to a shoe drop if they're doing that.
You talk about a guy silencing some haters. I know that there are people like doubting Zach Edey and all that kind of stuff, but really the main thing here is for Ja to come out and do what he does. You know what I mean? Have fun doing it, but there's a lot of skepticism, a lot of doubters about Ja Morant and all that kind of stuff. So this is where he's going to be able to, let his talking happen and his actions on the court. I can't wait. I love a big redemption story.
Yeah, I do too. It gives a little extra.
Dude's not a
juice.
rookie anymore. He's been here a minute.
I'll tell you one thing. He's been here a minute, but he looks like he's ready to roll. When he almost hit his head blocking that shot on the board and had to lower his head down, that was those crazy hops. He is just crazy athletic. Speaking of some crazy stuff, you've been, like you said, as busy as anybody that I know. How did your events? I mean, how was the Halloween Spooktacular?
It was fantastic. So that happened Sunday. So you'll see the Halloween show will air on Saturday, October 26th. And that is the night that the Grizzlies open up the regular season at FedEx Forum. So it was kind of cool. First of all, it was our highest drawing event, I believe, in Wrestle Center history. Danhausen, from his VIP table, he had a line all the way out the door into the parking lot, my friend. It was awesome. And then big shout out to Pete Pranica and Super Grizz. I don't want to give away any spoilers or anything, but they were out at the open practice, and they literally left open practice and came to the Wrestle Center for the Halloween Spooktacular. So big shout out to them. It was a good time. I have never seen the Wrestle Center
that decked out.
Just that decked out. And we've had some really good events. I come on here and tell you all the time that we had a capacity crowd, full house, it was sold out and all that kind of stuff. This was just on a whole nother level. I mean, you had people literally packed shoulder to shoulder at the Wrestle Center and then hanging out the front door trying to get into the place. So it was a really good time. You'll start seeing that stuff air, of course, on WMC X News 5+, and you can get all the info, even some behind-the-scenes stuff that's posted now on our YouTube page. So
Shoot,
it was a really good
I was looking
event.
at some of the stuff that you did at your Twitter page, too, at @mem_wrestling. You got dudes out there signing autographs and more swag being sold and fightings, all kinds of good stuff there.
Yeah. Most of the highlights that you'll see us post are going to be from our fans. Because you could watch the TV show, and I'm kind of giving you a little inside look. I mean, it's all about the fans. It's about that crowd interaction. I mean, you could turn on the television and watch some wrestling. Of course, the wrestling's cool and all that kind of stuff, but it's about the fan engagement. Are they into it? Are they getting those autographs? Are they having a good time? Especially when we're out at the fairs or we do a fundraiser. We want everybody to know that it's so family-friendly, even more so than, I would even think, than WWE. Because, it's just family owned and operated, and that's what it's all about, is the fans. And so they've really been showing up for us here lately, and we really appreciate it.
Man, I'll tell you. So, when's this show going to air?
So the Halloween Spooktacular will air on Saturday, October the 26th. So the 26th, so it's coming up. So that'll be our Halloween weekend or whatnot. And so we film 3 episodes at a time. So it's kind of unique. Our fans are trying to figure out, okay, so when are they going to film? I know they filmed 3. So which one's going to be the Halloween one? And we actually had a group of fans, like they were trying to coordinate their Halloween costumes.
No
and
way.
These fans are, it's so fun. They'll say, okay, episode 1 is a normal episode, so give us a couple of minutes in between so we can put on our costumes. I actually got a DM saying, hey, we figured out where you're filming the Halloween show, and it's going to be the second one. And so they're like planning their outfits based on what episode is going to air when. It was a lot of fun. So imagine, like, you show up, normal wrestling, and then episode number 2, which is only about 35 minutes later or whatever, you go change, you come back in your Halloween costume, the place is decked out with spider webs and pumpkins, and then after show 2, you go and you change back into your regular clothes. You watch wrestling on the episode 3. I love it that they're so into it that, any time in the parking lot when we need something filmed, and we need some extras or whatever for the television show, go right out to other buddy in the group, tailgate, and they're all about it.
That is so cool.
So cool, yeah.
Now, y'all's next event is not till November, is it?
Well, we've got October 27th, so it's kind of unique where I think October has 5 weeks. and so that means we have to have an extra one in the can.
Okay.
So October 27th, we're back, and that one is loaded up with 2 WWE legends. One of them is a Hall of Famer. He was The Rock's dad's tag team partner, first ever tag team champion, African-American tag team champion. Mr. USA, freaking Tony Atlas is coming to Memphis Wrestling. So that's going to be awesome. And then also Hulk Hogan's old tag team partner, Tugboat.
What?
Who also,
so you got the
yeah.
Rocks and Hogan's tag team partners?
Yes. How crazy is that? But they'll both be there at the same time. And we have our VIP experience where you can show up there a little bit early at 12:30 and get autographs and all that kind of stuff. Now, the one guy, Hulk Hogan's old tag team partner, he went by Tugboat. And then when he turned heel, he turned into Typhoon, where he went against Hulk Hogan. And then he went to WCW, and he's notorious for being the Shockmaster. And during his debut, he literally tripped and fell. And his mask fell off, like his helmet fell off, and it was this big whole thing. It's like one of the bloopers, biggest bloopers in the history of pro wrestling. But he's kind of embraced it. He's embraced it and turned it into money because everybody thought it was so funny.
Man, like, you got to embrace, I guess. I mean, like, you know, your screw-ups. Hawk Tuohy girl, I don't think she screwed up, but look how she embraced her newfound fame.
Man, you know what? This is funny. I actually had one of my partners that does wrestling promoting as well. I think he reached out to book her, and she was getting like $50,000 an appearance.
Man, well, you
The
just
Hawk
spit on
Tuohy
that
girl.
thing, you know what I'm saying? You gotta,
Bro, what comes with that booking?
like, I'm lordy, man. That is awesome.
Lord have
Man,
mercy.
Hawk Tuohy. But by the way, something about wrestling I got to ask you, man, who was actually, because, you know, Rock is like the bigger superstar because he does TV, movies, and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the bigger wrestling star since you got both of their tag team partners? Was it Hulk Hogan or The Rock?
Oh, my gosh. You talk about two trailblazers that kind of have a very similar, you know, path where they were big-time wrestlers. The only difference, Hogan, I don't think Hogan had family that was involved. Like, The Rock's dad was big-time, so that kind of helped him out a lot. And, of course, he played football at the University of Miami, and I think he played football in Canada. Hulk Hogan was more just a big old, 310-pounder that the Rocky movie made him just a whole nother level superstar. And Vince, latched onto that. If you haven't seen the documentary Mr. McMahon, it really does a good job at telling, Hulk Hogan's story. But I would say The Rock would have to be the bigger superstar, only simply because his movies were like blockbuster hits. By the time Hulk Hogan made it to Hollywood, he was in, like Mr. Nanny and Commando, whatever that movie was called. It was just like real B-rate, not so good movies. Whereas on the flip side, The Rock is in like major movies.
Yeah, because I'm going to be honest with you. I love Rocky. I always think of him fighting Drago, Mr. T, Apollo, and everything. Apollo Creed. I can't even remember what the character was for Hulk Hogan. That was like the worst one, I think.
Thunderlips.
Thunderlips, man. No,
It was
how did
Thunderlips.
I forget that? That's a crazy name.
Now, the story is that Vince McMahon Sr. did not want Hogan to do that. He thought that it would hurt his career, that people would think that he's a phony wrestler because he's in a movie, right? And Hogan thought, I got to do this movie. This is huge. This is Rocky. This is Sylvester Stallone. So Hulk Hogan basically put his wrestling career on the line with Vince Sr. to go do that movie. And when the movie was as big a blockbuster hit as what Hogan thought it would be, then Vince Jr., who had purchased the WWF from his dad, brought Hogan back to be the big major superstar. So it really worked out for Hulk Hogan. And also, like a little sidebar, it just shows you that some of these wrestling promoters, especially back in the day, and even happens sometimes now, to where sometimes they don't want that wrestler to get that huge opportunity, because if they do, they might end up leaving for Hollywood. And ultimately, that's what The Rock did, is he was so popular in wrestling that they put him in Hollywood and some movies. Scorpion King, if you remember that was huge for The Rock. And then slowly but surely, he found his way out of the WWE, and then they always come back. So now The Rock just came back on Saturday night. That was WWE Bad Blood. And so The Rock came back again. So I think this week on SmackDown, there will be more of the story, because he showed up, but he didn't say anything. Imagine being such a big wrestling and movie star, like just such a superstar, that when you show up on the program, you don't even have to say anything. You don't have to do anything. He didn't even go to the ring, Johnny. He just came out, looked around, made a hand signal, and that was it. Stay tuned to SmackDown.
That is wild. By the way, I remember also Hulk Hogan was the first time I realized how small Rocky was. I was like, damn.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know Rocky was that little. I mean, he was like smaller than Mr. T, but Mr. T was huge. He was smaller than Drago, that's for sure.
Well, but Hogan makes
Hogan
Mr. T look
every,
small.
Yeah, man, he did.
Yeah, I think that was one of the appeals to, if you're thinking back, I believe this was the 80s, late 70s, early 80s. I'm not in front of my computer, else I'd Google it for you for the Rocky movie.
Heck, we got fans out there, 901-360-8255, the Sissy Log Cabin text and listener line. Hit us up.
They'll text it to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Hogan, like, looking down on Sylvester Stallone, and part of it might be movie theatrics, too, to make him look as big as possible, but he is a huge guy. Hulk Hogan is huge. Like, during his prime, he was over 300 pounds, but had big muscles. He wasn't like a big fat dude. The guy's 6'9", 6'10", something like that, over 300 pounds. So it just really put him on a platform to be seen by more people than just wrestling fans, and that ultimately started Hulkamania. So, yeah, it's a big dude, man.
All right, now, huge. So we got Hulk Hogan, tag team partner, and that was Tugboat?
Tugboat, yeah.
And then we got Rock's tag team partner, and that is who?
Tony Atlas, Mr. USA.
Tony Atlas, Mr. USA. And they're going to be at the Wrestle Center when? October 27th?
October 27th, yes, sir. And then, then we'll be heading into November. We don't have that many TV tapings left, so be on lookout. We're going to be releasing our 2025 dates pretty soon. And we're really excited about that. Of course, the Grizzlies have a wrestling night on March the 1st. And then there's no telling, I know that we'll be getting some dates for the Redbirds as well, and then probably going back out to the Arkansas Travelers and Little Rock. So I love the beginning of the year because, the schedule starts being released on what we're going to do. So I can't wait for that.
Heck, I know that you also have Butterbean coming down the pipe.
I can't wait for Butterbean. I don't know, I am super excited. Number one, he was super cool talking to him on the phone. Like, he was just, look, Butterbean has a phone number that you have to get through to get his real phone number.
That's kind of dope.
It's like a buffer. Like a gatekeeper. You get the one phone number, but then if you pass the test, as far as, promoter and wrestling and stuff, then you get the next phone number. So it was a whole process. But yeah, Butterbean's coming on Sunday, November 17th. And I'm just thinking, Johnny, Butterbean's got to knock somebody out, right?
Yes, has to. That's what he does.
Yeah, why bring Butterbean in if he's not going to knock somebody out? So I'm sitting here thinking, man, who deserves a knuckle sandwich?
I don't know who you're going to throw out there for that one.
I know several people outside of the wrestling business that I'd like for Butterbean to be standing in front of.
Oh, yeah, me too. By the way, man, don't you have something going on at Dave & Buster's this week?
Yeah, this week. So, these pay-per-views have been, week after week, and we do them all up there at Dave & Buster's. So we actually made a little bit of a change the last one. So this Saturday is AEW Wrestle Dream. The cool thing is it's a $60 pay-per-view. And sometimes, if you're not in the know, it's a little bit harder to find. I think Bleacher Report stopped carrying it. Anyway, pay-per-view has been all over the place. But all you have to do is go to Dave & Buster's. And then you see the dining area. It's on the right side. Huge TVs. The sound will be on. Also, college football will be rocking and rolling, too. So last week we had college football on. We had UFC pay-per-view on. And we had WWE pay-per-view on. But we could hear the WWE sound. So it's like the best of all the worlds. You can drink beer, eat food, and watch AEW Wrestle Dream free.
Damn.
At Dave & Buster's.
I think if I wasn't going out of town, I think I'd have to be there.
You got to be there. It's a lot. It really is a lot of fun.
I'm leaving on the 12th.
They're cheering the TV, Johnny. Like watching the pay-per-view and cheering the TV. It's like the second best thing other than being there.
By the way,
so I dig it.
One other thing, how do people get their tickets when they want to go see, Tugboat, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas? How do they get their tickets?
Very easy. You can get your tickets. You can get your T-shirts. You can get all sorts of stuff at memphiswrestling.tv. And then, of course, you can watch every episode absolutely free in full at youtube.com/@memphiswrestling. Now, the cool thing here, though, is if you ever forget any of those websites or anything, all you have to do is go to Google, type in Memphis Wrestling, and we come up on top. You'll see us all over that front page. We own it, baby. I love it.
I love it. How's everything going with the fam?
Awesome. We did the photo shoot yesterday. The most adorable photo shoot ever. It was like the newborn photos. So we had BKO Brady was here. He's got a beard, man. My 16-year-old has a beard.
Good. I like beards, man.
Well,
You're in.
dude, I can't grow a beard. My 16-year-old has a better beard than me. It's ridiculous, and he's taller than me. So I told him, he was like bragging that he's taller than me. I'm like, hey, that means I did a good job. You're supposed to raise them bigger, faster, stronger than you. So Brady was here, Reese the Beast. I mean, look, it's like a Disney movie, man. Like, he is such a sweetheart, loves his baby sister. When I pick him up from school, he's like, how's my baby sissy? Or if he hears her crying, he will literally ask Maria, what's wrong with my baby sister? What are you doing with my baby sister? So we had a family photo shoot, so
man,
those pictures will be out soon enough. I think Maria's posted a couple of teasers up, but it's a lot of fun.
Man,
being a dad.
It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Also, all the things that you do in Memphis is a lot of fun. Tomorrow night, see you down at the Forum. We got a little Grizzlies action going on. You'll see Dustin all over the place. If you don't know, give him a follow at Dustin Starr. And by the way, that's with 2 R's. Dustin Starr with 2 R's. Be blessed, big homie.
All right, man. Well, if I don't see you before then, I will definitely talk to you next week. Thanks, Johnny.
That's my buddy, Dustin. I got to remind you one other thing, though, man. Buster's. I love Dustin. I love his family. He's great. But I also love to get the best meat in the world. And let me tell you something. It's a full-service, like, specialty butcher. I mean, they got curated meat products, charcuterie cheese, made in-house prepared sides, sausage, special gourmet goods. They got so much more. I mean, they got prime beef, pork, lamb, veal, poultry, the whole game. Cheese jams. If you literally want to find something, there's nothing like this in Memphis. Learn more at bustersbutcher.com. Stop in from 10 to 6 Monday through Saturday, 12 to 6 on Sunday. I'm telling you, see why every cut counts. It's just different at Buster's Butcher at 199 South Highland Street, right next to the liquor store. You know the old school one you go to, Poplar and Highland? It's right next door. Walk on in, say what up. Back into Shake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11, here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Jenkins Floors and More invites you to their retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings on to you. Jenkins Floors in Little Rock, Cleveland, Mississippi, and now open in Horn Lake at 2356 West Goodman Road. Specializing in flooring and carpeting, tile, plantation shutters, and blinds, Jenkins makes your life easy with a 2-week turnaround. Contractors, builders, or family projects, call 662-469-9350 for a free estimate. Owners Timmy and Rebecca Jenkins say hello to Sports 56 fans and look forward to your business.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you can use that money towards scoring courtside seats for your favorite team. Progressive cannot guarantee that you can score courtside seats. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, but courtside seats can be astronomical. Maybe if your team plays in a smaller market, you could swing it. Even still, it's unlikely. Maybe 4th row, which are still incredible seats that you'll enjoy greatly. Savings possible. Courtside, long shot. Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates not available in all states. Progressive cannot guarantee that someone really tall will not sit in front of you at the game, rendering your excellent seats just okay.
Napa Cafe celebrates 26 years in 2024. Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I want to thank you for making us part of your dining experiences. Treat yourself tonight with a delightful dinner. Maybe start with an appetizer like our baked sweet peculiar peppers stuffed with goat cheese and mozzarella, finished with basil pistou, and move on to one of our cozy dishes like the double chocolate stout braised boneless beef short ribs with tonkatsu sauce and creamy mashed potatoes. Or a fresh seafood dish like our pan-roasted ginger-buttered sea bass with cilantro soy vinaigrette. I get hungry just talking about it. Don't forget about dessert, our famous sweet buttermilk pie with brown sugar sauce, or drink your dessert with one of our signature dessert cocktails, like the lemon cheesecake martini, lemony, icy, frothy, and dusted with graham cracker crumbs. Napa Cafe, open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. For reservations, visit our website at napacafe.com. Come join us as we celebrate 26 years of Napa Cafe. We can't wait to serve you.
Take your basketball skills to the next level at Shoot 360 Memphis. Shoot 360 is a revolutionary basketball training facility that combines cutting-edge technology with gamification and provides instant, objective feedback, hands-on, one-on-one expert coaching. And now, introducing Shoot 360 Cordova, a newly renovated 50,000 square foot facility with 2 NBA regulation-sized courts, 3 high school-sized courts, and 4 shooting bays with Shoot 360 technology. today at 901-779-3176. That's 901-779-3176. The future of basketball training is here. Shoot 360 Memphis.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour brought to you by Buster's Butcher at 199 South Highland, where every cut is the right cut. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. We got 4 playoff games today, baby. We got 4 playoff games. I'm so fired up. We have 2 elimination games, man. The Dodgers, can they extend the series? I doubt it. We're going with the Padres tonight, baby. Dylan Cease is on the bump, going on 3 days rest. I love it. And the bullpen day for Brian Roberts, Dodgers. I don't think that's going to be conducive to a win. They would have to absolutely mash, and I think Cease is going to be all right. People used to, pitch in the postseason on 3 days rest all the time. I mean, he's got a little left in the tank. Let's go. It's the playoffs. He's going to have extra juice at home, closeout game. Going to get plenty of rest. I think it's a good decision. And then the Phillies and the Mets. One thing about the Phillies and the Mets, and another reason I like the Mets, and they're one of the other reasons that I think they're kind of built for it, is did you know that this Mets team right now, their pitching staff is tied for the most postseason wins, and it leads all teams with 48 total strikeouts. You got veteran starter Sean Manaea, Luis Severino, both with top 5 in all pitchers of total strikeouts so far in October. And these are like prove-it seasons for these guys. Because I don't know if you knew this, Sevy, Jose Quintana, both are unrestricted free agents in the end of the season. Sean Manaea has a $13.5 million clause. He can opt in to stay with the Mets. After the way he's been pitching this season, I kind of think he's probably going to opt out for free agency. So that makes me like the Mets even more because you got these guys out there pitching for their dollars. And I told you, don't stand in front of a man in his bag. They're pitching great, but I will say, I was also looking at something, and I thought this was kind of cool. Oh, my goodness. Who was it that put it out? Oh, Kerry Miller of the Bleacher Report. He put this out, and he says that he expects the Mets, they lose Sevy, Quintana, and Manaea. That'll open them up to go out there and get all MLB first team Cy Young winner Blake Snell. I do have to say, one dude can't replace 3, but he will be. I mean, that's top of the line right there for a Mets team. That's pretty impressive. I hope they get the polar bear back as well. But damn, man. You're going to have to bring back somebody. And right now, the way Sean Manaea is pitching, wee. Mets today, Jose Quintana again, who's pitching for his bag. Unrestricted free agent goes today for the Mets, minus 124.08. I just talked myself into it when I realized they were all playing for money, especially Jose Quintana. He's going to go out there and throw a gem. And the Mets, tell me who's not hitting through that lineup. Everybody and their grandmother has come up big in some way. I mean, you got Winkler hitting bombs all over the place. I mean, it's impressive what the Mets are doing. They're scary. And Pete Alonso, again, to change his entire approach to go oppo. Got 3 opposite field home runs. Brandon Nimmo at the 3 spot, is giving you clutch at bats. He's batting .304 in the postseason. They just getting it done. We got playoff baseball, but we do have to switch gears because we do have to talk a little college football, some NFL. I got some funny stories for Hardwood because it feels so good. And I've been talking about my bets, but I'm going to lock them in with all the goodies when we go off this afternoon. So don't you dare touch that dial. We're back in 2 shakes. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
sometimes I wish I had a gun.
Well, I'm armed, but before I bought one, I still went to Top Gun Academy to learn to protect myself without a gun.
How is that possible?
Top Gun's personal protection training. It's perfect if you want to protect yourself without firearms.
I don't know.
And it's perfect if you feel the need to carry a gun for self-defense, because the last thing you really want to do is shoot.
That is scary.
Not at Top Gun. It's very comfortable, and you learn to load, handle, and shoot a handgun safely. Protect yourself. Go to Top Gun Academy. They're at 2770 Winton Road.
It didn't take them long. Genesis Diamonds is now the undisputed value leader here in Memphis. Hey, it's Eric Hasseltine, and people who have gone into Genesis Diamonds with a budget have often left spending less than they thought they would, and they end up with a better diamond, a bigger diamond, and a nicer ring. I'm telling you, Genesis has disrupted the old school jewelry store scene right here in Memphis. It starts with value. Genesis is a direct diamond importer where they get their diamonds from the world's best diamond cutters with no middleman. I call it extreme value. Genesis is also the authorized retailer for all the top bridal designers, so they have the rings on every woman's wish list. They back up every purchase with a 100% free lifetime warranty. That means no charge ever for things like sizing or cleaning. All this in a fun, relaxed environment with no commission salespeople, no pressure of any kind, and no retail pricing games. We've needed a place like this for years here in Memphis, and now Genesis is here. It's quite a change from other jewelry stores with traditional prices, limited selection, and insane markups. Genesis Diamonds at Poplar and Perkins Extended in Poplar Commons.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises. Just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it. Because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets, vegan and gluten-free options available, convenience, and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com. So whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli, locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli is wholesome food and no surprises.
It's football season and nothing goes better with Game Time Eats than chicken wings. It's a tradition like no other, but not just any wings, it's the seasoning that makes the chicken wing. And nobody does it better than the Crazy Coop at 7199 Stage Road west of Appling and soon coming to downtown Memphis. Over 32 mouth-watering secret sauces and counting, like the jalapeno cheddar and the barbecue bacon bourbon. And don't bother asking them for the secret recipes. No matter how large your tailgating is or the family at home, kick off your game day with Crazy Coop party packs plus special bulk prices. Visit crazycoopstage.com to customize your wings and sauces. Whole wings, boneless wings. Try the Crazy Hot Suicide if you dare. Add Parmesan fries and fried dill pickles. And don't forget the carrots and celery sticks. For the full menu, which includes juicy burgers, catfish fillets, chicken nuggies, and crazy kid meals, go to crazycoopstage.com. That's crazycoopstage.com. You'd be crazy not to visit the Coop.
This is Original Sports Station. We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis.
That was one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Happy hump day. Man, we halfway through the week, baby. Makes me think Tito's. You know, Tito's sponsors the whole second hour of the show. They are an amazing sponsor, but they're even more of an amazing vodka. There's no frills, there's no flavors, there's no fancy labels. There's just the good stuff. The good juice of Tito's handmade vodka. I am fired up. We got baseball all day, like 2 o'clock. Do you realize, like, this is the weather's beautiful. You got to take a little time out, like get out of work a little early, hit over your local establishment and go start watching playoff baseball. And then make sure that you drink the best and that's your Tito's. Go to your local watering hole. Watch the Guardians and the Tigers, Phillies and the Mets, Yankees and the Royals, Dodgers and the Padres. I'm telling you, you're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of fun, but make sure you drink the best, and that's Tito's Handmade Vodka. Now, we got to talk a little college football. We got to talk about what we're looking at. All week long, I've kind of talked to you a little bit. You can kind of see where I'm going from Tuesday and the games that I'm looking at. We did a little NFL action yesterday. And I'm going to do just a little bit more college before we get into the NFL and a little bit of hardwood. I didn't speak about this game until I kind of looked at it a little bit closer. Kansas State and Colorado are playing. And Kansas State, their offensive front mauls people. Like, they just maul. I mean, I don't know what happened to BYU. I don't. I really don't. That is like one of those things that I think it was an anomaly because they have gone out there and mauled everybody. You saw what they did to Okie State. Going to Colorado with Avery Johnson, the way they run that football, like two totally different styles in this one. Deion Sanders has done a hell of a job at Colorado. People are talking about Colorado. They're winning. A lot of people believe that they have a chance to be in the Big 12 championship game. I think that's like a stretch. Shedeur Sanders is a freak. And by the way, I mean, like the Hail Mary, like the dude's got fight in him. He's got fight all over the place. And Travis Hunter is my favorite player in football right now. To just see this kid on defense and then switch to offense. And by the way, I don't know what he plays in the NFL. Most people say defensive back. He's got 46 receptions for 561 yards and 6 tutties. I think he's more polished corner. He's a lockdown dude. But damn, he can do everything. And is there a human being on earth that's in better shape than Travis Hunter? Because I don't think there is. But outside of those guys, and they have some really, really good players, I don't know if they have the front seven to compete with Kansas State's offensive line and just be able to stop their running back. Man, Giddens don't play. He's downhill. Avery Johnson is good. The styles are so different. Kansas State's going to run the ball down your throat. And I think that's going to be a huge problem for their defense. Colorado's, that is. But Kansas State's defense has shown at times this year they can shut you down as well. What they did to Arizona was impressive earlier this year. The way they beat up on Oklahoma State, I mean 42-20, but the 20 points were, it was a different 20, if you know what I'm saying. Like that last fourth quarter touchdown was like a gimme. They held them to basically 13 points and dropped 42 on their face. And let's not forget, Oklahoma State was actually ranked. I think they were actually ranked ahead of Kansas State last week, weren't they? I think
so.
But, I mean, Boulder's going to be bumping. It's 9:15. It's going to be – the whole place is going to be electric. Deion's going to do something his kids are going to be hype. And I think it's going to be a real close game through 3 quarters. But man, I think Kansas State will be more physical and wear down Colorado, get a couple big plays, and I think they cover the 5.5. Like, you're going to give me Kansas State with this, with the way that they run the football, Avery Johnson, the way they can just eat clock, or they can go up to, they can play in different ways, but man, they're going to run down your damn throat. I really am liking Kansas State. I'm not saying I'm in love with it yet because I still am scared of just the crazy factor. You got to admit, man, Colorado has had one hell of a year. They're 4-1. But I remember last year they were 3-0 before the wheels fell off. And why did it fall off late? Because they didn't have as much depth. Injuries happen. And I'm kind of wondering, Nebraska, the way that they handled Colorado earlier this season and were so physical, is this not kind of the same brand of football that they're going to see from Kansas State, and they didn't handle it well. They only scored 10 points against Nebraska. And Nebraska scored all 28 points in the first half. It was domination. And then, to be honest with you, I don't know. The second half, they just ran the ball, punt, because the defense had so much success. I think Kansas State's defense is going to find success. I think this is going to be an easy one.
Interesting.
You on the other side?
No, I have no lean either way.
So I've been back and forth with Lee Sterling all week, talking about the whole Memphis back and forth, and I just kind of like, you know how you hash things out and kind of talk yourself through them. And I don't know if this is going to be one of those plays, but like going back and forth with him and talking about the depth and the physical front seven, and just, you know, it feels like this is going to be that kind of Nebraska game where Colorado's not going to be able to completely get off on offense, and their defense is going to struggle. I just like Kansas State, and that's just one of those outlier games because there's some really, really big games this week. Also, since I did mention Lee Sterling and why we've been talking so much this week is because the AAC, which did originally have, you know, Memphis playing Friday night. There's some, I don't know, have you seen Milton, the hurricane that's coming through?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like they're saying this is going to be historically bad.
Yeah.
Did you know that Joe Robbie Stadium, Raymond James Stadium.
I'm sorry. What was that?
I said Joe Robbie. It's Raymond James.
That's correct. Yeah.
I don't know how that happened. Joe Robbie. Who's Joe Robbie?
Who's Joe Robbie?
I don't know. I know Ricky Bobby.
I've no. Oh, wow, John. Joe Robbie Stadium was what Hard Rock Stadium originally was.
Okay.
How about that,
I was
John?
like, where did that come from in my little brain?
1987.
Man, I was there.
Wow. So you're on it. It's just your
what's
a skip, hop, and a jump away from Tampa down to Miami.
Bing, bang, boom.
You're thinking of Lee? Lee's down in Miami?
Yeah, Lee's down in Miami. Maybe that's what it is. But man, I'm going to tell you right now, Raymond James is going to have some damage. It's right there on the water. It's in Tampa. It's like going to get a direct hit. And you're saying that you're going to just move the game back to Saturday, from Friday to Saturday. You're going to send the kids down there. I don't know if you saw this. The governor is telling everybody to get the bleep out. And if you're not getting the bleep out, to write your information on your body in permanent ink so they can identify your dead body and notify your family.
Did the Tampa mayor say that?
Mm-hmm.
I heard that for the last hurricane. I didn't know this one. So I heard this mayor say, if you stay, you will die. But I didn't hear her say, but if she, I'm not saying she didn't. My point is,
is it serious?
That is, like when I heard that, I guess, 2 weeks ago during the I don't even remember what that hurricane's name was. Helene, I guess, was what that hurricane's name was. I mean, that's chilling
Helene,
stuff.
remember, that's the new Karen.
That's right. Yeah, you did say that. That's chilling. Like, to think of write your name and date of birth in permanent marker on your arm because you're going to die and we want to be able to identify you. Like, that's crazy.
Dude, that's actually not the craziest story. I got to tell you the craziest story that I saw from this. Oh, the whole point, though, before I tell this crazy story.
Yeah, one topic at a time.
Memphis is the American Conference. Like, I can't think of his name right now. I don't know why. I guess because he's so agitating. But the commissioner of the American.
Tim Pernetti.
Thank you. Is an idiot, man.
He's new. I mean,
come on, Holmes. You can't turn on the Weather Channel and realize that there's a huge hurricane. Huge. It's like, I don't get this. I mean, people are going to die. There's going to be so much damage. And you're like, you know what? It's cool, man. We're going to play on Saturday. You know, like, would have been smarter if you still were going to play. You know, Miami this week, Hard Rock, the old Joe Robbie. Dolphins aren't at home this week. Miami's not taking a direct hit. Couldn't have moved it down there. I don't know, man. I just don't. I mean, roads are going to be closed. 20-foot swells coming in. It's going to be bad. And the Americans like, oh, we'll move the game to Saturday. That game's not happening Saturday.
No.
I'm going to tell you right now. And Lee said they're nuts.
I think everyone's saying
I was going to say, by the way, I can't say a lot of the things that Lee texted
I believe it.
So I won't read that one. But the point is, that's just absolutely ignorant. Now, the funny story real quick. Just a little sidebar before I get back to gambling. So, I love the X.
That's right.
I'm a fan of it. X, formerly known as Twitter. At Johnny_radio if you want to check me out. I don't tweet much, but I retweet. You know why I don't tweet much?
Why is that? Because you're just over there perusing.
Man, I'm like that dude. I guess I'm the. Damn, I'm just like, it's like people watching. You know what I'm saying? I mean, now if I'm with people, I like to mingle.
Sure.
But like here, I just like to peruse and watch what all the crazy people are putting out there. And the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life was put on X yesterday. It was put on X and TikTok and all this stuff. And it's a man who lives on a boat. Okay? Look over here. Look what the man looks like right here.
Okay.
This man lives on a boat, okay?
Okay.
And they came out and asked him why he's not evacuating. And he's like, man, I'm riding this hurricane out. This is my boat. I ain't leaving it. I'm like Lieutenant Dan.
That's a terrible idea.
That's a great answer, though. I'm like Lieutenant Dan. And he's talking to the news, okay?
Okay.
And he looks directly into the camera and says, now, hey, I'm protected by the Lord above. If you want to live, I'll take a female companion to ride this out with me, if you know what I'm saying, and winks in the camera. And you can see this. He don't have any teeth, no shirt on.
Nice.
Like, this dude is hilarious. He's trying to pick up a chick on the news. Like,
good for him, I guess. I don't know.
I thought it was the funniest interview I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, damn, man. He's like, yeah, man, it's good. I'm going to ride it out. I'm like Lieutenant Dan. And all of a sudden, man, like the only time he like looked right in the camera, too, he was like looking for a female companion to ride this out with me. Come find me. Didn't tell us his location. I'm like, dude's trying. You know what, man? I'll tell you one thing. If I knew I was going to die this week or thought there was a pretty good chance, I'd be looking for female companionship, too. So good for him. Now, back to telling you why we have such a great show. Because Bob Simpson helps keep us, pay bills, get us on the light, and he keeps everybody protected because Bob Simpson's over at State Farm. He's your State Farm agent in Memphis. Call Bob Simpson today, 901-381-1233, or go online and get a free quote at bobsimpson.org. Stay protected with your good neighbor, Bob Simpson of State Farm. Now, we got football, man. Football. Texas and Oklahoma. This game I ain't touching with a 10-foot pole because you never know. Like, remember, Texas was down by, Oklahoma was down to Texas by 21 points. Mm-hmm. You had Spencer Rattler, who looked like trash, and they bring in a freshman named Caleb Williams, and he proceeds to go ham and lead Oklahoma all the way back to win that junt. Like, whenever you watch the Red River rivalry, like, I feel like anything can happen. I mean, back in the day when Sims, like, there's just been so many good games and so many crazy endings and so many defensive plays and just big plays because these two teams hate each other. And I'm going to love watching this, but I'm going to watch this and I don't have to bet on it because I think this one, like, I just don't think you can ever really get a good read. And plus, the line makes you crazy. I mean, Texas minus 15. I know Oklahoma's got some struggles so far, but even like every year, even when one team looks superior than the other, it always seems like a dogfight. Feels like too many points, but I'm scared to touch it. Now, Penn State, USC. USC's look terrible. USC's offensive line is no good. Their defensive front ain't great either. And what does Penn State do well? Run the damn ball.
That's right.
Run. Franklin and them boys run. The thing is that scares me is David Cobb said teams going from the East Coast to the West Coast this year in the Big Ten are 1-7.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's a crazy stat. Guess what? Penn State's going from the East Coast all the way out to L.A. Coliseum. Like, that's a long flight. But I could never put money on USC. Now, I wish I did. Was it LSU they played in the first game of the year where I had LSU and lost? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
That's right.
But, man, they got beat up by Michigan, who you saw Michigan get beat up by Washington. They lost to Minnesota. They barely got by Wisconsin. Like, they're so up and down. But Penn State is physical. And I just don't know if Lincoln Riley's team ever plays physical and plays physical well. Like, do you remember the song "Let's Get Physical, Physical"? Do you remember that?
I do.
Man, I remember, you don't even remember, those crazy videos and stuff. Who was that? That was Olivia Newton-John, I think. Getting physical. You probably don't even know who that is.
I don't. You'd be right about that.
But they're going to get physical with USC. I don't think they have the talent. And Mr. Moss, who first game of the year looked like a super pimp. Second game of the year against Utah State looked like even a bigger pimp. Since then, very average. Against Minnesota, 1 touchdown, 2 bad picks. Barely 200 yards despite throwing the ball 38 times. He's got no time. He's getting sacked. Receivers aren't getting off quarterbacks. Even Lincoln Riley's great offense looks very pedestrian. I mean, they scored 17 points against Minnesota, and they scored 10 points in the first half. Their drives in the second half were pathetic. I mean, Minnesota's 3-3 on the season. They're a 500 football club. And they went out there and out-physicaled USC. Now, they are a physical team. You're going to row that boat in Minnesota. You know that. PJ Flick. Rowing boats. I like him. Bald, crazy, ready to roll. But Penn State's on another level than Minnesota, aren't they? I mean, is the flight, what is it going west that is so difficult for Penn State and all these teams in the Big Ten?
That's a good question. I really don't know.
Is it the flight? Is it the new atmosphere? I mean, it makes me wonder about Ohio State going to Outson.
Yeah.
Do you know how loud that place is? They hold the record for the loudest decibel, despite, I think they only have 70,000 people or something?
Yeah, is that right?
It's a smaller stadium.
Sure.
But it's one of the loudest in the countries.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a lot better. Man, I actually feel a lot better about Penn State than touching even Ohio State. I don't think I can touch the Ohio State game. Dan, I mean, we got to remember, Dylan Gabriel's played in some real big games. Speaking of that, he played in the Red River Rivalry last year. Did you see what he did with his legs last year? He ran for over 100 yards, threw for 300. He went nuts. The little lefty can do it. And again, Outson's going to be banana sandwiches. Ohio State, man, getting 3 points. That's it. That line, I don't like it. But I do love me some LSU. I'm sorry, David Cobb. I disagree with you, but I don't disagree much. LSU has a serious issue with their defense. Chip Kelly can't figure it out. South Carolina game, they should have lost 100%. I still blame, and I don't like to blame refs, but they had 4 terrible calls and one on a pick-6 touchdown that wins the game and closes the door on LSU. And they call it a crazy penalty because somebody blocked the quarterback who was running to try to tackle the guy. I don't know if you know this. He's not a quarterback anymore. He threw an interception. He's now a defensive player going to make a touchdown. Terrible flag. And I mean, they played UCLA and South Alabama since then. They ain't been tested. Ole Miss is going to come out and test you. Walter Nolan finally woke up against South Carolina. The Rebels' offense looked much better. And Jackson Dart, he can run over you. He can hit, man, Harris. He can hit Juice. I mean, they need to get the ball to their tight ends. I mean, Cade Priesthorn, I don't understand why they're not getting him the ball as much. Parrish is getting a little better at running. Offensive line has still not impressed me, but do you think that really bothers me right now? Offensive line is not healthy right now, but they've been very average. I'm going to say that. That's the truth. But LSU's defense is terrible. They don't get to the quarterback. They don't stop the run. They don't do anything. I mean, I feel like LSU's going to – the only thing that scares me, I mean, it's hard to play down in Baton Rouge at night. I mean, those Cajuns been drinking for 4 straight days. Instead of a fish fry, they got alligators. They just spinning. It's just a different animal. Big different animal. And R.I.P. Olivia Newton-John. Thank you. Yeah, she sadly got cancer. It was terrible, man. I don't even want to talk about it. But today I do want to mention, again, those are some college football games. We're kind of taking a look ahead. Don't forget, though, the Ole Miss LSU game. We will have that right here on Sports 56, 98.5 FM. Pre-game started at 4:30 on Saturday. But today at 2:08, first pitch, Guardians and the Tigers. You got Alex Cobb. You got Montero. Tigers at home. First postseason game in a decade. Comerica's going to be buck wild. I feel like they're the kind of the American League team of destiny. You know, I mean, they play. A.J. Hinch has had these kids play above their head all year long. Good defense, timely pitching. And by the way, Detroit, if you watch them, they'll play a little small ball. You don't see much of it, but they'll do it. Heck, the Royals will too. I kind of like the Royals again today. Man, I like a lot of home teams today. We're going to talk more baseball, but we're going to switch gears here in just a second. I did need to remind you, Frontier Western Store. My girl got her white boots she ordered yesterday. She just ordered them online. She went to frontierwesternstore.com. Like, they have the largest boot showroom, period. Western boots, work boots, dress boots, hiking boots. They got Hey Dude shoes. They got all the fashions. They got all the jeans for the men's, man, from Ariat to Wrangler and everything in between. Ladies' boutique. Like Miss Me jeans. I think that's a popular one. They got a kids department. You can get everything at 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. But I'm telling you right now, man, shopping online is cool. You can shop by sales item, men's, women's clothes, brands. Bing, bang, boom, navigate, pay for it. They ship their order within 24 hours, and any order of $75 or more ships absolutely free. I think she ordered it I don't know when she ordered it, to be honest with you. I just know it arrived yesterday. I was like, what is that? There's a big old box on the porch. She was like, that's my boots. Pulled them out, solid, like all white. White boots. I don't know how many times you're going to get to wear those white boots, by the way. She's like, if I wear them once, I'm getting my money's worth. I was like, all right. They do look good. Everything looks good. Go find your style. Go find your fashion. Frontier Western Store and frontierwesternstore.com. We got a little wood on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Wash your house, wash your office building? Impossible! Not call Wilson's Pro Wash. Your house, fence, driveway, warehouse, store, hotel, even cars and trucks can all be squeaky clean and beautiful after pressure washing by Wilson's Pro Wash. Wilson's specializes in cleaning all hard surfaces, concrete, stone, brick, and mortar, even wood and vinyl siding. Then Wilson's can seal their surfaces so they stay looking brand new. Call Wilson's Pro Wash, 901-524-6799, or online at wilsonsprowash.com.
Family Leisure is having the world's biggest spa set. It's happening right now. You can save thousands on in-stock hot tubs that are ready to be delivered. Family Leisure has spas that start at just $28.99. You know those cold plunges? You can get one for yourself starting at $39.99. Or how about swim spas? They start at $17,499. Plus, Family Leisure has set up special financing just for this event. Have you been sitting on the fence about an above-ground pool? Get off that fence and get to Family Leisure to take advantage of huge discounts on all their in-stock above-ground pools. And if you need some patio furniture, it's all priced to move out now. It's not too late to have some summer fun, courtesy of Family Leisure. But you better hurry up. The world's biggest spa sale might go on forever. Family Leisure. With and run at I-40. Family and fun come together.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. In these uncertain economic times, there are so many things as a contractor and a business owner that I cannot control. The rising cost of materials, not to mention fuel and transportation costs. In the last 2 years, shingle prices have almost doubled, and commercial materials have doubled. And I don't have to tell you what fuel costs these days. But you know what I can control? How much markup I put on a project. I have always prided myself in knowing I never gouge a customer. But in an effort to ensure my crews have work and my customers are being treated fairly, I have lowered my profit margin, hoping to give you a price you can live with and keeping my crews busy. So if you need a roof or gutters, please give us a call. 5 Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 5 Roofing, a proud sponsor of Tiger Athletics and a member of the Tigers home team. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com. 367-0050 or MemphisRoofer.com.
Hi, this is Lauren Choate, Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, Plumbing, and Generators. Right now, we're offering our Choate's Comfort and Safety Special. For a limited time, when you purchase a $99 tune-up, or if Choate's performs a repair, you'll receive a free 1-year standard fan plan membership at $400 value. Keep your home safe, comfortable, and running smoothly all year long with 2 maintenance visits, priority service, and discounts on future repairs. And for our existing loyal fan plan members, we have something special just for you. Enjoy a $1,000 loyalty coupon toward any new generator, tankless water heater, or HVAC system. It's our way of saying thank you for trusting us with your home. Add value, add comfort, and add safety to your home with Choates. Call us today at 347-8086 or visit ChoatesHVAC.com. Choates, let our family serve your family.
Don't do it.
Don't do what?
Don't do another Halloween spot for Central Barbecue.
But it's October. Doing a Halloween spot for Central Barbecue is a tradition.
But it doesn't make it a good thing.
Nothing else happens in October.
Baseball?
Not if you're a Cardinals fan. What else you got?
National Candy Corn Day.
No Central Barbecue connection.
Fair point. How about Make a Difference Day?
That's to encourage people to do something constructive for the world.
And going to Central Barbecue isn't?
I'm telling you, it's got to be Halloween.
There's no other choice, I guess.
Hey, Zeke.
Yeah?
This year, give the kiddies ribs on Halloween. They love that.
Seriously, next year, something new.
4.9. We have V8 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. Happy Hump Day, everybody. Hopefully you're out there enjoying life. You know, we got 4 baseball games. You know what that means. Tito's. Man, you got an excuse. I'm watching baseball. I'm nervous. I got money on this. Man, I'm telling you. When you go to your local, like if you're going out to a bar today, like, I mean, hell, try, this kind of sounds crazy. You like good Mexican food? You can go to Los Cabos, get amazing Mexican food. I'm talking about where the flavors of Mexico just melt in your mouth. And they got more TVs at the big old bar. You can watch all the big games. They got 4 of them going today. Like I said, you can sit there, drink you some Tito's, eat you some enchiladas, and just enjoy life. And they got happy hour. It starts at 3 o'clock. So an hour after the first pitch, you're in happy hour. They got that from 3 to 8. So it's all the way up to the Dodgers start. And that way you can kind of chill off and back off. And when that game begins, you can get home safely. I'm telling you right now, check out Los Cabos. I like the one summer near Graham, Los Cabos, where the flavors of Mexico melt in your mouth. Go watch them games and drink a little bit of Tito's. And by the way, Dacus, let's go to Hardwood.
Says Hardwood.
Dadgummit, John. I didn't have the pod on.
Sneaky.
Oh, I was so ready and prepared. Oh, I can't believe that happened.
Man, I saw a weird thing today, man. You know Nico Iamaleava.
That's right.
He has a brother. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did.
And he's really, really good.
Yeah.
He's a star at Madden. His name is Madden Iamaleava. And he's a 4-star, and he's committed to UCLA.
How about that? Good for him.
Sad thing is, he's not going to play. He didn't get to play high school football.
Why is that?
He transferred to Long Beach Poly in the spring ahead of his senior year for some reason. And then the kid left and went somewhere else, and then he went back again this year, and then all of a sudden they say, nope, sorry, can't happen. I was like, man, He started the first game, and then he was no longer seen on the official roster. They said that he wasn't eligible. You think he's going to be better than his brother?
Probably not.
Not even close?
I mean, maybe.
Is his brother
close,
ever going to be good? Because he hadn't looked very good. He looks like Joe Milton back there.
Yeah, I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be a good player. You know, you give him time. Only a redshirt freshman.
I know it's true, but when you're getting paid bank, man,
that's true.
You know how it is. Expectations.
I mean, sure, but hey, you know, we got to remember this guy's like what, 18 years old. I mean.
Yeah, he is a baby. He is a baby. But his younger brother, man, he's going to UCLA. Man, that's kind of weird. All the way on the other side of the country.
Coast to coast.
Like, just makes it hard on your parents, man.
From sea to shining sea.
Like, I'd be like telling my kid, look, I don't know if you know, he's playing in the South, you playing in the South.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't do that because then, it's kind of mean or whatever. Now, I talked about Monday or Tuesday, I talked about after watching Kansas City just destroy New Orleans, that Pat Mahomes is the best, period. And he's fiery. He can do anything. He's also a hell of a baby maker. Did you know Brittany's pregnant again?
Wow, how about that?
I know how he celebrates after a big win. Man, Brittany pregnant again. I will say, man, Pat, just listen. I know she bounced back like somehow. Like the woman looks back to like her pre-pregnant body like in a month. I don't even know how that's possible. It's like crazy stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like gotta be like doctor stuff, right? Or some.
I don't want to assume.
Speculate.
John.
Reckless speculation is okay if it's reckless.
I guess so.
I'm just saying. One day though, you're not gonna bounce back. So go ahead and get in. And good luck and congratulations to Pat Mahomes, best player on the planet. Is now about to have another child with his lovely, lovely wife. Now, you know Aaron Rodgers is kind of he's just different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people yesterday were talking about how basically this was the Aaron Rodgers firing.
Yeah.
Well, Woody Johnson came out and said it was 100% him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's giving cover for his quarterback that they brought in and paid a whole lot of money because Robert Saleh is just another dude. He goes through coaches all the time. Woody. He thinks this is going to be a great team. Aaron Rodgers, best quarterback he's had in so long. It's not even funny now. He hasn't played like it. But do you know that 5 minutes after Nathaniel Hackett was demoted from play calling, that Robert Saleh was fired? Now, Nathaniel Hackett, back in the day when he was the offensive coordinator in Green Bay, when Aaron Rodgers was on his game, they did just sit in the shotgun, push the ball down the field, and Aaron was awesome. I mean, he's still one of the best throwers of football. But right now, that offense ain't working in today's NFL. So, Woody, I understand why you put all your faith in Aaron Rodgers, because Robert Saleh can't necessarily win you a football game. But damn, again, I say do it before you make the guy fly all the way to London.
That's right.
Like, that's just rude. If you were going to do this, do it.
That's right.
I will say, it's kind of funny. You heard about he had to be escorted, that is Robert Saleh, from the building.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Man, that's just cold-blooded, bro. Like, do you think Aaron Rodgers felt like a big pimp that day? Because you know he loves him some Aaron. He's like, yeah, man, I just had the coach escorted from the building. Nathaniel Hackett, I don't want you to be the coach. I want you to be my offensive coordinator. Ulbrich, you are now the head coach. And then, Woody, do me a favor. Go give me some cover and talk to the press and the media and tell everybody this is not my decision. I don't believe that, though.
He even went on. Aaron went on Pat McAfee today and said that was absolutely false.
Well, I don't know if you know this. Aaron Rodgers has lied many times. How many times has he lied? A lot.
Yeah.
Ask all his girlfriends.
Oh, yikes.
I love you, baby. All right, I'm leaving you for what was it, Blue Ivy? Like, he went from a race car driving girlfriend, Danica Patrick, to Shailene Woodley, a movie actress, to a woman who called herself Blue Ivy and did nothing but mushrooms and ayahuasca all day and looked like she came straight out the 60s at Woodstock.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with Blue Ivy.
Is it not Blue Ivy?
I don't think
Blue
so.
Wilderness?
I think it could be. Hold on, I'm gonna look up.
Man, look it up because I'm telling you right now, I remember stupid stuff like this.
I don't know. Go to your next story. We'll come back to this.
No, man, I'm telling you right now, it was blue to the earth. You don't
Blue to
remember
the earth.
Blue something? Damn it, I know it was blue.
Aaron Rodgers.
Just do a list of his girlfriends.
Well, I tried, and blue is not coming up.
You don't remember
Blue of Earth? Yeah.
Don't mess with me, man. I remember stupid things.
Interesting. Huh. I completely missed this.
I talked about it. Like that's who went on the ayahuasca trip.
Yeah, but this was
2022.
They broke up like January of last year. So
I'm just saying he used her from November to January to like make sure he can get on his ayahuasca trip because she was his shaman.
Blue Ivy is Jay-Z's daughter.
Oh man, see, I was like a hop, skip, and a jump. I was at the blue point.
I guess so.
Ivy comes from the earth.
I guess so. So I guess you're close.
So Jay-Z, which one is that? Beyonce and Jay-Z?
Correct.
Are they in trouble because of the Diddy diddle? If Diddy did diddle dudes, how many dudes did Diddy diddle?
I don't know. Some people think
that's the Diddy riddle.
Some people think Jay-Z set Diddy up,
like to
like take the fall. Yeah.
To take the fall.
Yeah.
Damn, man, that's cold-blooded right there.
I don't know where I saw that. I saw it somewhere.
Damn. Man, I got to say, this Dak Prescott's a good quarterback. I ain't going to lie. Highest paid player in the NFL. But damn, I don't think he's very smart. Do you know what he did? He knocked down his entire mansion.
What?
Yep. Do you know why?
No, I don't.
Because he wants to build a new house from the ground up.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this, but like that, like I think I know you're rich, homie. But like, just go buy a new house and sell that one. Like it was a beautiful home. I don't know if you know this. You can find another beautiful home. You don't have to build it from scratch. Or if you want to build one from scratch, leave that one up, and then you sell that junk and get some of that money back.
John, the amount of beautiful homes in Dallas and the surrounding area, please. I mean
like, I can't
They're
believe,
everywhere.
Like, he had a complete demolition team come out there and knock his whole damn house down. I don't know. Like, why wouldn't you sell it? Like, have a new one built from the ground up exactly how you want.
Yeah.
And then get some money back from the house that you were living in that you got like for $20 million.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's his money.
I guess so. I mean, do with it what you want. John, did you see, so Minnesota beat USC. You were talking about USC earlier. Minnesota beat USC last week in a big upset. Minnesota has not been very good this season. But did you see what a lot of people are crediting this win to?
No.
PJ Fleck went on KFAN, which is Minnesota's sports radio station, yesterday, I guess it was, to talk. You know, I guess my guess is he does a weekly spot with whatever show he was on, and he told whatever show he was on that players were given an antidote of confidence last Wednesday after their tough loss to Michigan. The players drank the capsules, which contained Sprite, and then upset USC on Saturday. So all they needed was a little antidote of confidence, and that's what they got.
But it was just Sprite?
It was just a little capsule that said antidote of confidence, and it was filled with Sprite. And they took those little shots of these antidotes, and guess what they got, John?
They got a win.
Confidence! Which led to a win.
Listen.
An
the
antidote of
placebo
confidence.
effect is real. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
sir.
Like, you ever, man, that's a terrible thing to say.
John, you're a big Bob Dylan guy, right?
Absolutely.
You know, there's a movie coming out, a Bob Dylan movie coming out.
Really?
Yeah, it sure is, on December 25th, Christmas. A little Christmas present for you.
Are you serious?
I 100%.
You know what's so funny? Like, I don't like going to the movies at all.
Uh-huh.
At all.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
Ridiculous.
That's right.
Like, the seating is awesome because you have those dope seats and everything.
Yeah.
But you can't pause it when you need to go to the restroom because they do serve alcoholic drinks. And alcoholic drinks, when I'm drinking some Tito's every once in a while, I got to hit the head.
Well, I have two options for you for that can
We should take
maybe
a
solve this
intermission.
option. The first one is don't drink. The second one is.
Come on now.
I know that's
Give me
tough for
another
you.
option.
The second one is there's actually an app that will tell you when are the points of the movie you're watching to go take a restroom break.
Are you being serious?
I'm being dead serious. I think it's like a former athlete that developed the app, if I'm not mistaken.
Man, now you got me. I got Bob Dylan songs playing in my head.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I saw the trailer last night for it. It's Timothy Chalamet is playing.
I don't know who that
is. He's a pretty popular actor right now. He's playing Bob Dylan.
A guy, right?
Yes, he is a guy.
I know more women actors.
He's playing Bob Dylan. I'm not gonna lie. The trailer looks pretty good. For
I'm
me,
gonna
at
watch
least.
it then. I love Bob Dylan. Ain't no use to saying wonder why, babe.
Not bad.
For Bob, you almost sound like Bob. You just got to go crazy. Man, our texters are fast. Man, I got Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy's Beyonce's daughter. Blue Ivy's Beyonce's
Told ya.
daughter. I got one that's cracking up. Like, dude, that's Beyonce's
That's right.
daughter.
Auntie Beyonce.
But again, it was Blue Earth, okay? Ivy comes out the damn Earth. So
Uh-huh.
technically, I was correct. Everything comes out the Earth, right?
That's right.
Except for aliens.
I guess they come from outer space.
Yeah, but Elon Musk, he's got a lot of rockets and stuff, and terrible. That Tesla truck's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Do you know how terrible that is? That is so ugly. I saw one driving down the road the other day, and I was like, damn, I just want somebody to hit it. Ugly. But dude has rockets. He's gonna save those astronauts, isn't he?
That's what you keep telling me.
I mean, they're going to send the Space Dragon X or whatever the hell it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Those poor astronauts are missing all the entire football season.
That's right.
That is just the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. But
Yep.
Elon Musk came out and said today, he said unless he has an encounter with an alien, he doesn't believe aliens have visited Earth. And I'm like, come on, Elon, bruh. You know he's lying right there. He's putting on a front, right?
I think, here's the thing.
Who built the pyramid, son?
I think if
Machu Picchu, have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I guess so. I think if there's one person that knows about aliens, it's Elon Musk.
Because of his rockets?
Well, he's just he's a quirky dude. I just feel like if...
Do you know that he has issues? He does too much ketamine, they say, and I think LSD or something.
Is
Reckless
that,
speculation.
huh.
Look up all the drugs that he said he likes to take.
Okay. Huh. Interesting.
Be careful,
He wants to
Elon.
colonize Mars, though. That's his plan. The timeline, Musk has set ambitious timelines for getting humans to Mars, including 2022 and 2030. He has said recently he anticipates 1 million people could live on Mars in about 20 years.
Please.
Would you live on Mars, John?
Child,
The red
please.
planet?
No, man. Why would you want to leave this one?
I guess there could be a variety of different reasons.
Oh, Elon
Elon Musk
likes
wants
you
to,
on Twitter.
Elon
They didn't
Musk
like your
wants-
Facebook post.
Elon Musk wants to put
Wah.
people on Mars by 2030. How about that?
Tell him that, listen, setting goals is important, and always shoot for the stars. But damn, dude, don't shoot for Mars. That's damn too far. 30 years. Damn it, I had one more story.
30 years? What are you talking about?
Did you say 2030?
Yeah, 2030. So
Oh, I thought you
that's
said
only
30
only
years.
7 years. They gotta get moving. If they want to have humans on Mars in 2030, they better get to moving. I mean, what are we doing? It's 2024 right now. You're telling me we're gonna have people on Mars in 7 years, please?
Guess what? I found it right here. Elon Musk says he doesn't abuse ketamine because he has a prescription for it.
Oh, good for him.
Man, if you get a script for it, I feel what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If a doctor says it's okay,
sure.
It's like getting a hall pass from your wife.
So he wants to get people there by 2030. He believes we could see 1 million people on Mars by the 2040s.
Million people on Mars.
That's a lot of people on Mars.
Honestly, though,
The red planet.
they sent, and I can't believe I actually just saw this yesterday. It's weird you brought this up. NASA released the best picture of Mars that they've ever taken.
Really?
Of
I
the
didn't
red
see
planet.
that.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. It don't look really hospitable.
Well, yeah, it's very barren. It's the
Lot
red
of rocks,
planet.
bro.
A lot of rocks.
Now, Tyrone Biggums, if you told him that was crack, I would guarantee you he'd go to Mars.
Sure,
Free
absolutely.
crack giveaway on Mars. Is that how you get people? Oh, man, we got a free crack giveaway on Mars. Do you remember Tyrone Biggums?
I do.
One of my favorite characters. We got to take a time out because we got 4 games to bet on. Playoff baseball today. Starting at 2:08, then 4:08, then 6:08, then 8:08. A lot of 8s out there. Who you betting on?
I guess you'll have to wait and see, John.
Back at Dushake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Corky's Barbecue.
Hi, Jimmy Stovall here with Corky's Barbecue. A great way to beat the heat this summer is to stop into Corky's for happy hour and let us pour you an ice-cold draft beer. Corky's has the best happy hour deals around with our selection of local craft beers on draft for only $2. And check out our appetizer specials, including dollar wings and half order of barbecue nachos. Stop into any Memphis area location Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And if you're in East Memphis, check out our newly renovated location and enjoy our new patio.
Corky's Barbecue.
Hi, Jimmy Stovall here with Corky's Barbecue. A great way to beat the heat this summer is to stop into Corky's for happy hour and let us pour you an ice-cold draft beer. Corky's has the best happy hour deals around with our selection of local craft beers on draft for only $2. And check out our appetizer specials, including dollar wings and half order of barbecue nachos. Stop into any Memphis area location Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And if you're in East Memphis, check out our newly renovated location and enjoy our new patio.
This season, get premium tech that inspires joy from Dell Technologies. Bring projects to life with the XPS 16. It delivers supercharged processing for enhanced productivity and freedom to express yourself. Performance-class Dell PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors deliver a dedicated engine to help accelerate AI. Enjoy free shipping, Dell rewards, and expert support. When you get a Dell PC with AI, it gives back. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED in my 12 years of practice. But now you can get world-class care for ED 100% online by going to HIMSS.com. So what are you waiting for?
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to HIMSS.com/joy.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
For life's spectacular moments, only a real diamond will do. At Sissy's Log Cabin, you'll discover a brilliant selection of natural diamonds, along with our promise of unmatched quality and service. The only real diamond is a natural diamond from Sissy's. Find yours when you stop by any of our 6 locations or shop online at sissyslogcabin.com. Discover the natural diamond of your dreams only at Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a hump day, baby, and we got baseball all day long, all day strong. I'm fired up. I got your plays. I'm going to give them to you from my favorite on the way down. Little trickle-down effects. But I will tell you, the picks I've been giving you, what? I gave you a bunch of winners all week long. You should be able to buy a new house. You want to sell your house fast so you can move into that new one? 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at iBuy Houses. Bing, bang, boom. I just sold your house. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. It's any house, any area, as is. It really is as simple as that. Just pick up the phone, call 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at iBuy Houses. Woo-wee. You know what? I figured it out. My favorite game is not the Padres. Padres is my second favorite game. I love the Mets today. One, they have the better pitcher on the bump. Two, they have the better, like the hotter ball club. Philly played its best baseball earlier this season. Right now, who's playing better baseball than the Mets? Nobody, except for the Padres. I'm telling you right now, man, Mets close it out in Queens. The Queens are going to be dancing in Queens all night long. It's a Mets parade. Quintana, what did I tell you? He's playing for his bag. Don't stand between a man and his bag. Phillies, you're going to be sat down. Mets roll, Mets roll, Mets roll. Favorite bet of the day, minus the 120. Second favorite bet, 100% Padres. I like the fact that Dylan Cease is going to man up and pitch on 3 days rest. And I love the fact that the Dodgers are going to a bullpen day. And I love the fact that Fernando Tatis is hotter than anybody on the baseball planet. He's batting over 500. He's hitting bombs in every game. And that lineup is that is a long lineup. Especially if the Dodgers and you don't have a good pitching staff. And you can't field the damn baseball all that great either. All that money you spent. It's going to be the third year that you get knocked out of the NLDS. It happens tonight. I got to lean. No, I like it. I kind of like it. The Guardians and the Tigers have two of the best bullpens in baseball. I like Alex Cobb because he pitches ground balls. Montero keeps the ball in the ballpark as well. Guess what? This is an under game. We're going under 7. Guardians, Tigers, I like the Tigers. I'm going to put a touch on it because I just want to. But I feel better about the under. I think Comerica is going to be bumping. I think the Tigers, I hope they get that win. Sorry, T-Money. But I like that under. And in the Yankees and the Royals game, I just got to lean because Lugo's the better pitcher. The Yankees are scuffling, and they're just struggling. So I just got a small lean on the Royals. But I'm rocking hard on the Mets and the Padres. We're going good on the under, and we're just going to touch the Royals and the Tigers. Get out there, make the world a better place. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.